You're watching a computer operate itself. That cursor is opening terminal windows, sorting files, and running commands without a human hand near the mouse. For the past 3 years, the conversational chatbots pioneered by OpenAI defined our relationship with artificial intelligence. We treat the software as a brilliant advisor. We ask a question, and the system gives us a detailed answer. This animated diagram shows exactly where that relationship hits a wall. The AI acts as the brain, generating a flawless blueprint for whatever you need, but you are still the execution mechanism. You have to carry that blueprint over to the gears. That creates constant friction. You are the one copying and pasting code across 10 different files, manually scrubbing through folders to organize downloads, or reformatting data row by row. The intelligence is automated, but the manual labor is not. Real automation means removing the human from that execution loop entirely. The next step in computing is handing the mouse and keyboard over to the software. Anthropic has structured their newest AI models specifically to solve this problem. They've split their system into 3 distinct generalist agents: Claude Code, and Claude Design. Instead of acting as a single advisor, they function as a hired workforce. You don't log into a web browser to talk to them. You install these agents directly onto your computer's operating system. They live in your local environment, with direct access to your file directories. This diagram shows the engine making this possible, the iterative loop. The agent is a cluster of subagents: a planner, researcher, and executor, passing data in a circle. Notice the planner. One broad instruction fractures into a chronological map of tiny, actionable subtasks. Because the system is continuously looping through that map, attempting a step, checking the result, and fixing any errors, it navigates your computer entirely on its own. You don't have to hold its hand through every click. When you let Claude Code loose in your local files, you start to see what this looks like in practice. You can assign it the role of a digital janitor, instruct it to find everything eating up space on your hard drive, and it will autonomously scan your system, identify hidden cache files, and purge the bloat on command. From there, the tasks escalate. You can point the agent at a raw folder of video clips and ask it to analyze the media. It will pull individual frames from every video file, use its own vision capabilities to scan those frames for animals, and write the necessary terminal commands to stitch only the animal clips into a brand new single file. The agent can also leave the local file system and take control of your web browser. You can instruct it to find the latest academic papers on a specific topic. The agent will autonomously click through research databases, download the PDFs, translate the text into your native language, and rebuild the data into a custom, easy-to-read web interface. The software navigates the digital world exactly the way you do, by using the same folders, browsers, and desktop interfaces built for humans. The absolute ceiling for this technology right now is software engineering. We can ask the system to build an entire custom application from scratch using a single text prompt. First, Claude Design takes the instruction and generates the complete visual interface: the buttons, the layouts, and the brand colors, handling the entire front-end user experience. This illustrates the handoff mechanism. The completed visual design is transferred directly into your local development environment. Inside, Claude Code wakes up. It reads the design, writes back-end logic, connects user authentication, and deploys the functional code. 2 highly specialized agents collaborate to execute a project that typically requires a team of engineers working for a week. Now, it happens in minutes. Handing over total control of your machine to an automated system comes with an immediate set of security risks. This diagram shows the danger of prompt injection. Because the AI actively reads the web, a hidden string of text on a random website could trick the agent. Once hijacked, the system might execute a command that deletes a critical folder on your hard drive. That is why you cannot let these agents run entirely blind. The software is designed to map out its plan and pause for your explicit permission before executing any destructive or permanent commands. The local agents we've seen represent a shift in the function of software. We are moving from manual interfaces that require constant physical input toward an environment where the computer handles the typing and clicking on our behalf. When the machine can navigate the same desktops and browsers as a human, the bottleneck in digital production disappears. Success is no longer defined by how fast you can manually execute a task, but by how clearly you can direct the system's agency. The professionals who learn to delegate their repetitive tasks to an AI workforce will rapidly outpace those who insist on doing the clicking themselves. Look at your desktop right now. What is the very first chore you are going to hand over?